Okay, we are at the part of the class where we are talking about learning stories. And so this time, a learning story, it came out of New Zealand. And what's great about learning stories is that it includes all the voices. It includes your voice in the intention part and the what it means to me section. It includes the child's voice in the observation section, and it includes the family's voice when you invite them to comment with your question at the end. And so today I'm going to explain about the learning story. So the first part of the learning story is the intention. And that's where you say, I'm setting out this activity because I want to support this part of your development. Intention is one sentence, and you're saying, I've set this out because I wanted to support this part of your development. And that's why you add a DRDP measure. So when you're out in life writing learning stories, you don't have to use DRDPs. You could use something from the 100 languages. If you're in a Reggio school, it could be anything, any theorist, anything of that, any research. That's what you say. I know this research about children and how they learn, and so I set out this activity. That's the intention part. The next part is the observation. That's where you're describing what you saw as if you're talking to the child. You did this, and then you did this, and then you said that. You sat down, you stood up, you picked up the toy, you put the toy down. That's what your observation should sound like. You. And then the next part of the learning story is the what it means to me. This is the part where you get to summarize and analyze and decode and recode. All of that is in what it means to me. That's where you take what you saw and you connect it to what you know about how children learn. So you're going to say, you know how to stand up because you saw them do it, right? And so you say, since you know how to stand up, and then in parentheses, what is it about development that you know that this child can stand up? So that would be gross motor development, right? Which one? There's two. Tell me which one. Don't just put gross motor development or I'm going to turn it back. Make sure you're choosing the DRDP that matches the child's age. The cutoff is through the third birthday is the preschool one. Okay. And so back to the learning story. So you did the intention, you did the observation, and you did the what it means to me. And then the next part is the opportunities and possibilities. This is the part where you're going to tell the child, well, since I noticed you were so excited about blah, 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 I noticed that you really like blah, blah, blah. You're connecting it to what you observed. So today or tomorrow or later today, whatever, I'm going to set this out and I'm going to put it over in this place. What are you setting out and where are you setting it out? What and where? You're not going to ask them what to do with it. You're not going to tell them to do anything with it. You're not going to ask them how many. You're not going to ask them what color. You're just going to say, I put this thing out and I put it over there. We are creating invitations, provocations. And so we don't tell the children how to play. We're trying to create child directed activities, not adult directed activities. So we're designing something that we set out, and then the children choose whether or not to engage. And so it's our job to develop something interesting and engaging that supports their learning and development. And so remember, what are you going to put out and where are you going to put it out? And then the next part is the family response or the family question. And so this is where you ask an open ended question to invite the parents to join in this conversation and celebration about the child. So don't ask, what's your favorite? Don't ask, what do they need help with at home? Don't ask, what did they do wrong last week? This is not a parent teacher conference. We are celebrating the child's development, and you want to invite the parents to celebrate in that development too. And so you're going to ask something that engages the parents and makes them want to talk to you about their child. So it's conversation. We're building community. And so you don't have You don't need to write the parent response. You just need to give me a question that you would ask the family. Okay, so I think that those are all the pieces of the learning story. Make sure your observation is at least 200 words long. Make sure your what it means to me section has at least 5 DRDP measures listed, and make sure your opportunities and possibilities section has at least 5 DRDP measures listed. Okay,